Welcome to another episode of the Avichayil Show. This is a Thanksgiving special because I have so many thanks that I want to give to everybody who's listened to this episode, past episodes, and let's get on with the show. Let's talk about fundraisers for a second, okay? I understand if you're a fundraiser. There are many causes that need funds. Charities, there's different organizations and programs that need people that are committed to raising money. I get it. I have nothing against fundraisers. I don't think they're leeches on society. I think they're a necessary part of society. I think that we need fundraisers to have charities, to have organizations and programs to support people, that help people. I get it. I get it. I understand the need of fundraisers. However, fundraisers need to understand that what they're doing is not the normal type of relationship that people have with other people. You're not making friends with people in the same way. I understand you need a fundraise, and therefore you need to get to know a lot of people. And you meet people, and you're friendly with them, and you're personable with them, as opposed to literally acting like a leech. If you're a fundraiser, you don't want to be a leech. You want to be friendly, and you can have the purpose of raising money. There's no need to just sort of use people and use whatever contact and connection you have with them to get money from them. Now, often this issue, this type of fundraiser, the fundraiser that's just sort of like a leech, comes up because people's phone numbers are now all over the place. If you join a WhatsApp chat, everyone can see your phone number. And it's a little bit annoying when you join a new chat, all 100, 150 people, 200 people now have your phone number, and any one of them could basically be harvesting your number to then one day solicit you for money. And again, there's nothing wrong with soliciting. There's nothing wrong with being a fundraiser. But being a fundraiser that doesn't even know the people they're raising from, it's just not menschlich. It's just you're not a human being. So why am I all of a sudden talking about this? My wife and I, we have a WhatsApp chat with a bunch of friends, and we get together and make events every so often, and we have people on there that we haven't necessarily met yet, with the intention of one day meeting them. There was a person that was on this chat that took advantage of the fact that everyone had their phone numbers all, available. He took advantage of that and just sent all the people that are on this WhatsApp chat of friends, he just sent them all solicitation for his organization that he's raising money for. And I didn't actually receive a text, but other people in the chat were telling me, hey, there's this guy and he's just sending people, he's just soliciting people on this chat, and it's a little bit annoying. So I confronted him via text, and I just want to read this conversation while on this episode, because I think this conversation clearly describes the kind of fundraising leech that I am talking about. I respect people who go out and raise money for charity. I respect them. They're doing a great, amazing service to society, and it takes a lot of bravery to be a fundraiser. It does, but it also takes time, and it takes a menschlich attitude, and this is not menschlich. So I'm going to read this conversation. So I said to him, "Hi, a few people told me that you've solicited them with blank texts." Blank is the name of his organization. "I understand you feel your cause is important, but I don't think it is appropriate to solicit people using their number from a chat. It's not what we want from this chat." Not attacking him. Very soft. In fact, I wrote one text and then I sent it to my wife, and my wife's like, maybe you should be a little softer on him, don't attack him. So soft, just please, not what the chat is for. And his initial response was, "Oh, okay, sorry. I apologize. I'll stop. Have a great day." And I responded, "You too. And I thought that would be the end of it. It wasn't. So he continues and he says, thanks. Sorry about that. And I said, it's all right. And then I said, you're on this chat. To myself, I said, you're on this chat. The chat is created so that people get together to have a good time with each other for events. So I said, you should join our get-togethers. It's nice. Meet new people. And then he said, where are they? So, which I thought was a weird question because you're on the chat. So you're asking me where are they when we talk on the chat about where they are, and we have a time and we have locations and like, you know where they are. So like, why are you asking me where they are? Are you not following what's on the chat? So I said, do you read the chat? And he said, which chat? So at this point, I already knew that this guy is just on who knows how many chats, hundreds. He's just on hundreds of chats, and he's just sitting there harvesting numbers so that he can solicit all these people's numbers. He's mass farming solicitation. It's a solicitation by the bundles. Which chat? He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what I'm talking about. He doesn't even know who I am, where I'm from. Which chat? So then I say the name of the chat to him. Oh, and then he says, oh, okay. And I thought that was the end of the conversation. But it wasn't. He then says, by any chance, could you share my link to anyone who you think would support my organization? Or would you be able to support my organization? In a conversation about asking him to stop soliciting people without, you don't even know what chat we met on, and you're just it's such a brazenness. You just like ask for money. Like, we literally just had a conversation about not soliciting people from chats. You don't even know what chat we share, and you just go out and you solicit me anyway? It's a chutzpah. It's like, how do you sleep at night? And like, honestly, like, you go to sleep at night thinking that like, I have just totally used another human being. I didn't even see them as a human being. I just saw them as a bag of money that I'm gonna ask them for. Like, are you aware of reality? Are you aware of just social norms? So I wanted to say that in a text, but I learned from my wife that maybe I should go softly. So my next text was, can I ask, how old are you? And I didn't want to make it seem like I was asking him, like, how old are you, 4? I didn't want to make it seem like that. So I said, I'm 26. To which he responded, 30. Now, I was shocked that he was older than me. I was like, oh, okay. So I can't like talk to him like he's a 4-year-old because that's insulting. He's older than me. It's like, you don't talk to someone like, I don't want to be sarcastic to him. I don't want to be like playing dumb with him, but I want to make a point to him. So I said, okay, do you think it would make more sense to actually meet the people you solicit? Get to know them a little, be friends with them a little? So I think this enters the space of what it means to be a fundraiser. In order to be a successful fundraiser, you have to literally raise funds. And the better fundraiser you are, the more funds you raise. And in order to raise a lot of funds, you need to raise from a lot of people. So what ends up happening is that you get to meet and solicit lots and lots of people. And you can't be friends with all these people. It makes sense. You can't just be friends with everybody. It's very difficult, and it's just impossible. I think there are studies about how I think the max amount of friends that a person can personally know is like 200. So a fundraiser has to know many more than that. And I get that. I understand that it's not even a problem, that there's just a natural barrier to being friendly with lots and lots of people. But at least, if you're going to solicit from somebody, know their name. Know their name. You don't have to be friendly with them. You don't have to have them over for Shabbos. You don't have to invite them to your Thanksgiving parties. Know their name. You know, if they're a big donor, know a little bit about them. What's their job? Who are their kids? And again, I don't think anyone's going to be fooled and think that you're trying to be their friend, right? As a fundraiser, I'm talking to fundraisers. Whenever I say you, I'm talking to fundraisers. So no one's going to be fooled and think that you're trying to be their friend. They understand your intention, but they also understand your value and what your purpose is in this world as a fundraiser. They understand that too. So if you're just going to look at me or people you're soliciting as just a bag of money and not an actual human being who has a name and a job, and maybe even a source of connection, right? If this guy would have known that I was with him on a chat, you know, that had a certain purpose, maybe I would have been friendly with him. You know, maybe he would have said, oh yeah, I saw your invite about making this group in your neighborhood, and that was great, and I really liked that, and I thought that, oh, people in my neighborhood, whatever it is, something. But nothing? Nothing? Just like you're just shooting in the wind? So after he says his age, again, I ask him, do you think it makes more sense to actually get to know the people, be friends with them a little? And you know what he responds? 100%! Make friends with people 100%! Oh, of course! I'm a professional fundraiser, of course. You can't just go around soliciting people and treating them like money bags, of course. You have to be friends with them. You have to get to know them, know who they are, what's their name. Oh, 100%. Of course. You're saying like I don't know. Of course I know. 100%. 100%. It's just that the campaign is on this day and that day, and I wanted to get as many people as I can, so I'm just going to treat everyone like money bags. And then he goes on. This line, you know, the truth is, I'm saying this for, you know, third, fourth, fifth time. This line is like totally underlining the whole thing. Right? Not only like you are on this chat and you like harvest numbers and like that's your whole purpose. This next line just like underlines exactly what you're trying to do. So I said, like, again, like you have to make, you know, you should make friends, you know, be friendly a little bit with people before you solicit them. 100%. Is the meetup going to be before the day of the campaign? What? Speechless. I have no words. Is the meetup going to be before the campaign? Where are you? Hello? Wake up! Wake up! You're not a human being. Get out of bed. Be a mensch. Is the meetup gonna be before the campaign? Honestly, I'm actually impressed with myself. At this point, I was not throwing my phone out the window. I just very calmly responded because my wife taught me how to be calm. I say, will his organization have more campaigns in the future? And he goes, once a year. Yeah, once a year. So I respond, so then you have a year to make friends and then solicit them. All he responds with, yep, we have not spoken since. I'll be honest. I'll make it very personal. I'm going to make it very personal. This is disrespectful. I feel disrespected. When I had this conversation with this person and we were having this type of back and forth, after every text, I felt disrespected. I am not being seen as a human being. And that hurts me. Because I'm a human being. I'm not a money bag. It felt like I was being disrespected. And I don't deserve respect necessarily from this guy. He doesn't have to put out red carpets. He doesn't have to drive me anywhere. But if he's going to interact with me, then I think there is a level of respect that is owed just in interaction. I think it is disrespectful for him to treat me in this sort of, I'm just going to try to get whatever I can out of you sort of way. It's off. And I find it to be very unhuman and unmenschlich. And to negate the whole purpose of the chat. Throughout the conversation, I'm telling him about our chat and why we're here and getting together, and he's just throws that aside. It's not important to him why he's on this chat. It's not important to him why we're here. He's here for one purpose: to get money out of the people. And again, I have no problem with fundraisers. I have no problem. I go to work every single day for money. That's what runs the world. I get it. I get it. But don't be a fundraiser if you're not going to be a mensch. It's disrespectful and it's hurtful. And there are no words for you. I don't know how you sleep, knowing that you just use people for the money bags they are. But I hope that this guy will wake up one day and understand that when he does things like this, when he like throws aside a person's humanity for a bag of cash, it's degrading. I felt degraded to a bag of cash. And you know, again, from a personal perspective, I'm friends with people who are fundraising. I'm friends with them. And I want them to reach out to me for money. I don't have a lot of it. It's not like I'm bloated. But like, I give charity. I have Miser money. There are people who are fundraisers, friends of mine. I want them to come to me and ask, hey, I'm having this campaign. Would you donate? I'd be glad to. I want to, because I want to help charities. My wife and I we want to grow communities. We want to help wherever we can. So again, I have nothing against the idea of raising money. I have something against people who are not mensches. So adjacent to this whole fundraising thing, I'm just going to talk about WhatsApp for a second, okay? Because WhatsApp is the way it is very easy to direct message people and solicit from them, right? It's a harvesting ground. You could just see everyone on WhatsApp as just a big farm, and you're the harvester, just comes and all the numbers, bringing them all the numbers, and then you put them all in a broadcast list, and then you just send out your solicit, and nobody cares, right? To 1,000 people, just fired it all over the place, right? Just when you meet someone for the first time, it's related. I'll just go straight into it. There was a person who I know who knew somebody else that had a friend that wanted to connect with people in their neighborhood. Okay, so I have a friend who had a friend who had a friend. Okay, so we're just going to call the first friend number 1, friend number 2, and friend number 3. Okay, 3 degrees. Okay, so friend number 1 sent me the number of friend number 2, and friend number 1 said, "There's my friend number 2 has a friend number 3 that is looking for friends in their neighborhood." So I texted friend number 2 and I said, "Hey, I hear you have a friend who wants to know people in the neighborhood. We would love to get to know them." Okay, fine. So friend number 2 sent me the phone number of friend number 3, and that should be the end of the conversation, because I asked you about this person you're trying to look for friends for, and I did what you exactly what you wanted. So she's fine. That's the end of the conversation. All of a sudden, she sends me her Tehillim group. She doesn't know me. I'm just here to get a phone number from you. She sends me a link to her Tehillim group. Out of nowhere. She doesn't know me. She doesn't know my name. She doesn't know who I am. All I am is a person who is getting a phone number for somebody else. And you're just going to send me your stuff? Send me your solicitation? So I asked them, like, why am I being sent this stuff? Like the Tehillim stuff. And then I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. Instead of responding to like why they're sending me, it's like, right, step number 1 is sending you a flyer, right? Step number 2 is saying, hey, can you send this flyer to all your friends? That's step number 2. She went straight to step number 2. And she like poses it like, oh, she just had an epiphany. I said, why am I being sent this Tehillim group stuff? She goes, actually, maybe, can you share it on your social media or WhatsApp status for the good of the klal? For the good of the klal. It's everyone listening to this should be insulted because she threw you under the bus. Meaning she's saying like, it's not me sending it to you. The klal wants me to send it to you. It's not something I'm trying to get. Everyone wants you to get this. Sick. So then she says, I'll send you my friend's number. Maybe you could reach out. What's your wife's name? And your name. And then she asks, maybe this is a cultural thing. Maybe this is a neighborhood thing. I don't know. I have never had this in my life. But like out of the blue, she goes, are you Bukharian or Ashkenazi? I don't know why this matters. I have no idea why this matters. Again, maybe it's a cultural thing that I don't get. Fine. But also weird. It's just strange. So she sends like these 4 texts in a row, and I like stop her. I like stop her short, and I say, hold on. I say, hold on. I, and then parentheses, nor my wife, want to be receiving the sort of things you sent above, right? The Tehillim group. We are empathetic to your causes, but this is no way to market them. I'm very straight with her. There's no way to market them. I just met you. You send me a phone number. Don't send me your Tehillim groups. This is not the way to be. She then sends me a voice note. I'm not going to play it loud because it has her voice in it, where she basically like mumbles through a sentence that sounds like that's like, oh, maybe you're not a good fit for my friend. Maybe I'm not going to send you her number because maybe you're not going to be good. You're not the type she's looking for. I'm not the type for your friend because you're blasting your Tehillim marketing, advertisement, solicitation into my face, and I ask you not to do that, and now I'm the bad guy? I'm not the type for your friend? There are no words. There are no words. I honestly don't know what to say. Where are you? I defended myself. I said, my wife and I are very gracious. We have guests, we have events, etc. all the time. We are very friendly. But you just found out I existed and you start sending me your causes. It's just not appropriate. So she said, okay, I'll send your number to my friend, and then she can take it from there, which I'm sure came with other, here's a phone number for this guy in Kew Garden Hills, but I don't know if you really want to connect with him because he's against the Hillam groups or something. Who knows? Who knows what she said? Now here, right? It's the same thing with the other guy. It's that last line that they tuck in at the end that just underlines your whole misunderstanding of reality. Right? What was the line from the other guy that like underlined everything? The line was like, are you going to have an event, right? Are you going to have an event before the campaign? Right? That was the line from the other guy. Are you going to have an event before the campaign so I can make friends, so I can solicit them? So after this whole thing, and after I say like it's inappropriate for you to like just throw ads in my faces, and like maybe that's inappropriate, and then she's like, oh okay, I'm gonna give your information to my friend, and she'll take it from there. Oh okay, you're a weirdo, so I'm not gonna talk to you. She underlines the whole thing by saying she replies to her text of, are you Bukhari or Ashkenazi? Like she asks me again, are you Bukhari or Ashkenazi? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You're not here. You're not here. You're on Saturn. So what I'm grateful for on this Thanksgiving is that I only have one white hair in my head, even though this stresses me out. No, what I am grateful for on this Thanksgiving is that I have plenty and a whole bunch of friends who I care about and who I love and who I want to have a relationship with. And again, a few of them are fundraisers, and I have so much respect for them. They are doing something that is so, it takes bravery, it does, but that's so noble, and I want to help them. My sister is a fundraiser. She fundraises. That's what she does, and I have great respect for that. And it takes a brazenness to ask people for money. It does, but at least do it in a menschlich way, little menschlich. Like I know, my sister says that like when she calls people, she'll have a conversation with them. Right? I'm not asking you to like know their social security number. I'm not asking you to like be their deep friends. That's not, you can't be deep friends with thousands of people. Menschlich. Conversation. How was your day? Oh, very cool. You have this event. You have this chat. Something. Connect. Not just farming a bag of money. Thank you for listening. Peace.